Boop, boop. And I believe, if everyone can test their mics.
Testing?
Hello.
Perfect.
Hello.
Everything is working. Brilliant. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's been 2 weeks since last we played. We are playing Changeling, the Lost Littlebrook Reunion. I am Chris, the Primogen, your storyteller, as always, in this Thursday for us night, for you afternoon, and probably, depending on where you are, of course. And so happy to be back. Last week we had some illnesses going around, and we basically felt that we were at such an important place that we didn't want to continue until everyone could be here. So, without further ado, let's have everyone introduce themselves, and then we'll do some announcements. I'll do a recap, and then we'll start playing. So, we'll do the good old zigzag starting from Tide today and working our way down like that.
Hello, I'm Kitsu. I play Tide. Tide is an elemental and water elemental, and I've got water, so I'm keeping hydrated. You keep hydrated too.
So should I go?
Yep, Jonas.
Yep.
We're going to.
Hello, I am Adam, and I play Jonas, a Darkling, and I also have water, even though I'm not a water elemental. But just so you know.
Yeah, Tide's rubbing off on you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We'll go down to Lars.
Okay, so that is me, and I am the Touring. I play Lars. He is the wizened of the group, and he is also the grumpy old man.
For a reason. Thank you very much. And we'll go on with Nate.
Hi, I'm Harry, aka the Slubry Cat. I play Nate, and he is a Ferrist.
Perfect. Thank you. Nova.
Hi, I'm Megan. I play Nova. She's a beast. I have water, but it's in a flamingo cup because of beast.
Oh my!
Right.
I
You
want
win!
A straw so I don't spill because I cannot be trusted.
Straws are good. Perfect. Thank you very much. And last but definitely not least, we've got Silas.
Hey guys, I'm Trev. I play Silas, who is an ogre. And not an elemental, just I guess he qualifies an earth elemental. How would that even work?
I'd say if he wants to be an elemental, he is an elemental.
Oh my god, are we all elementals, but like darklings are the darklings
Let's not dissect this whole setting too much, because
oh man,
we can split hairs over that.
I see beyond the mirror, you guys.
I'm like a fey elemental. Brilliant. Thank you very much for introductions, everyone. Touring, you want to take us away with some announcements?
We have some announcements. IndiePressResolution.com deals and specials. They've got a whole bunch of Onyx Path stuff on sale going on right now. I'm not sure if the bot is going to be dumping that link in or not, but if not, you can find that by going to the onyxpath.com. The other big news this week is that the Mage 20th Technocracy Reloaded Kickstarter will be starting next Tuesday, April 28th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If it's anything like the Mage 20th regular book, it is going to be huge. So keep an eye on for that. Yeah, it is a weapon. The thing is a weapon. So that will be starting next Tuesday, the 20th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And I think that's really about all I've got for us this week.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So I'm going to do a little bit of a recap. It's been 2 weeks, so if my memory is patchy, I hope people will fill me in, or fill in what I missed. Essentially, y'all went to sleep in a cave. Turns out the cave was not actually a cave. It was a giant's glove, and a giant glove as well. After some near-death experiences, being a couple, was it like 100 feet in the air or something like that?
It was way up there.
It was way up there. You actually made friends with this giant who was called Utgårdaluke. Pretty nice guy, not the fastest or most cleverest in the bunch, but he brought you fairly close to Scribner's Keep, which was basically on his way when he was heading home. You arrived to Scribner's and his long hall or longhouse, which is this one-room building that is just really long on both sides. Not too deep, but just very wide. And sitting at one end of this enormous party that was going on was the King of Goblins, Scrimner himself, who seemed rather bored. However, you caught his interest because you essentially offered to challenge him to some stuff, and there was some confusion in regards to the rules of these challenges and what was said and what wasn't said, but in the end, you amused him enough that even if you didn't really win any of the challenges, although you will probably contest that statement, he decided that tomorrow he will answer 3 of your questions for free as a payment for amusing him. And tonight, or the night that this happened, you were allowed to party out, essentially. You were his guests, under his protection. You were free to drink, eat, and do whatever you wanted. That night has passed now, and it is, I would say, 10 in the morning when the first of you wake up after the nights of revelries, perhaps some of you a little bit earlier, depending on how much you were drinking, and you're all finding yourself in a camp full of hungover goblins who are nursing their headaches, having some hair from the dog that bit them, having brunch, this strange alien concept to some of you. I don't believe it existed in the 40s, for example, or 60s. Or at least not as a word. And essentially, that's where we'll start off. So why don't you all go ahead and tell me what did you do last night and how are you feeling today? As we will join together in this game, a storytelling game of beautiful madness. Who wants
I
to
can
start?
tell you straight up that Nate probably stormed off to his room fuming after being cheated in his eyes, and probably spent the rest of the night being grumpy in the corner, maybe playing with the cat, trying to figure out how the fuck the cat's so long.
It's just, there's never enough cat. You just keep pulling and pulling.
Yep. Trying to find an end to the cat, can't do it.
I say Nova probably woke up pretty early because she mainly was just drinking coffee when she found out they had it. So she was probably about 5-6 cups in before she even tried to sleep, which was more of like a light vibration. So she might not be totally relaxed, but also she just drank some more coffee. So she's doing okay.
Great. She's suffering from this early morning kind of, I'm a little too hyperactive to sleep, but I know I need to.
And she knows she's being too loud. Like everyone's like, what? Like, hey, have you seen my friends?
Her entire existence is loud right now.
Ah!
Right now?
Yeah.
Just right now?
Fair enough.
Just now.
Fair enough.
Okay, so while everyone's doing that, Silas decided that there aren't too many opportunities for him with his relatively low charisma to make new friends, so he just decided to be drinking with the goblins. Most of their hangovers are due to trying to outdrink an ogre, which wasn't the smartest idea in the world. So maybe Silas is a little bit tanked today. Chris, you can decide how that's going to go.
I mean, you're not in your top shape, but you're definitely in the top 10%. This was a mild party by your standards.
Nice. Okay, so we are solid going into the morning.
I think Jonas kind of joined Silas in this and like started the evening and the night with just being like careful and watchful, but eventually also relaxing and trying to socialize, probably in next to Silas, not trying to outdrink him, because he's not stupid. And
I'd be okay with you trying to trick me somehow, though. If you had a drinking contest and used intelligence to win, that would be something. You're not going to out stamina an ogre, but you can have a few ideas. If you have a good one, I'd say, you know what, that probably worked out.
We were tricked enough, so it probably didn't want to do that either. but like checking around, also talking to some goblins, seeing if there is like any other people who could seem friendly enough that you can establish some contact with, like mingling and getting some contacts, and maybe even talk to Scrimner a bit as well.
Everyone is super chill, super happy here. This is party town, so there's been everything from like storytelling to propositions to eating contests, like whatever you want to do, they're all up for it. This is I would say, beats anything on Earth in terms of people who are chill and down to do anything. It's honestly almost unnerving how relaxed they are compared to how high-strung everyone has been for you up until now.
And Jonas definitely relaxes and sits and talk with people and laugh and joke and play games and actually seems to not be paranoid and freaked out of his mind constantly. Wakes up pretty not super hangover because still like careful around stuff, but a bit slow. Brain not working 100%.
Head empty, full of booze.
Perfect. So I'm imagining Lars is one of those late wakers.
No, actually, Lars doesn't drink at all.
Oh,
Lars,
okay.
Lars has a mission.
Ooh. What is Lars's mission?
Lars is tracking down the North Wind.
That's right. You mentioned that. We're going to do that scene first. But before we do that, I'd like Tide and Nate to tell us what they're doing.
So after... Oh, sorry, you go first.
No, you go first.
I was going to say, after Nate was finished trying to figure out the cat, he probably spent some time socializing, not really drinking or anything, but, making some friends. After that, just probably went to bed, got a good night's sleep. Probably the first to go to bed out of the group, unless I don't know, unless someone else wants to go in early.
Sorry for putting you on the spot there, because I just remembered that you started off telling what you were doing. So I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Like I said, head empty, no thoughts. Sorry.
I think actually, I think that Tide started off with the kids with the poop snowflake thing.
The snoots.
But after that, I think, one kid's probably went to bed pretty early. I don't think they would stay around. But then again, what do I know? I don't think Tide knows what the difference between goblin kids and goblin adults. No, wait, they do. They might do. I don't know. No, I don't think so. Tide was pretty much confined to the garden. I don't think that's a thing. So yeah, the smallest ones, whether they were adults or not, got booped with the snowflake. I'm sorry. Other than that, I think Tide might actually go and check up on Nate. Unless Nate literally went to bed, then it's like...
No, he's probably still hanging around.
Perfect.
Alright, well...
Alright. So
I guess when... Yeah,
sorry.
You go first with Lars, I guess.
Yeah, all right. So Lars, you were doing this last night, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So it's mid-party when you start looking for the Northern Wind, the man or concept that beat you at the whole ballistic competition by creating essentially something completely out of ice, which you didn't do, so that's why you didn't win.
Semantics.
It's all about semantics in this world, my friend.
Yes, it is.
So, the Northern Wind is actually not really inside, as it were. Rather, you find him kind of just walking around the grounds, sort of to himself, occasionally just blowing puffs of wind through slits in the walls, or making a small chicken kind of tumble because he blows his wind. Like he seems like he doesn't really know what he wants to do. He's just walking around messing with stuff. But when he sees you, he kind of stops and raises an eyebrow.
Hello, friend. I was hoping I could speak with you for a few minutes. I'm fairly new to this whole changeling situation, but I've been told that there are these seasons or courts that you can join or ally with, and heard that the Winter Court may be one that I would fit well with. And I figure if anybody knows how to get a hold of someone from the Winter Court, it's the North Wind. And you don't talk, do you? Could you point me in the direction? So you are somebody that I can deal with.
He kind of nods nonchalantly and then just motions for.
Okay. Lars closes his eyes.
Perfect. So immediately you hear him draw a deep breath, and you're hit by this incredibly cold wave of air that seems to actually lift you up into the air. You can't open your eyes at this point. They're still closed. It's just complete darkness. And you feel like you're just floating through space for a moment before you land suddenly waist deep in snow. And you're suddenly back in the forest close to Littlebrook. It's in the middle of the winter. You're wearing your old hunting outfit, and you got your rifle in your hand, and you smell coffee on your breath, like you've just had a cup of coffee, and it's completely quiet around you.
So Lars would just look around and try to orient himself, I suppose. Looking back, I'm assuming there's tracks through the snow.
There are tracks where you came from, presumably. It's cloudy to the point that it is day, but you don't actually see the sun, or you don't even see the shapes of the clouds. It's just gray.
Okay. He'll keep moving forward.
Yeah. You keep moving forward, and as you're moving, you suddenly hear barking of dogs in the distance, and they're getting closer. And then behind you, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you hear a distant sound. It's someone firing a weapon, and a cloud of snow just pops up next to you.
Okay, time to move.
You start slogging through the snow, and it's waist deep, so it's really hard to move through it. But you're running.
Yeah, try to cut through the trees to put as much wood between myself and the gun as possible.
You're weaving through the trees, and you're moving left and right, and occasionally you see splinters of wood flying as someone else fires a weapon. There's more than one hunter behind you. You hear their voices, but you don't actually know what they're saying. It's like you're hearing talking, but you can't hear the words. Just talking, something happening. And as you're moving, suddenly you step on something, and you hear a creaking noise, and you just fall straight through the snow into this hole in the ground, and you realize you're in some kind of den. It's warm in here, and you see 3 wolves just kind of curl up by the wall, and one of them is just hunched over and growling at you, like standing in front of the other 2 that are slightly smaller than itself, and just growling at you.
Hold my hands up and step back. Back up until my back hits the opposite wall. Mm-hmm. And just try to embody calmness and non-aggression.
Yeah. The wolf just keeps its eye on you. You realize it's actually missing one of its eyes. It's just a dark hole where it used to be. And you see claw marks across its face, but they're old. And the wolf just keeps staring at you. and then you hear another gun being fired, and one of the smaller wolves just panics and runs towards the exit of the den, a small hole. And the other wolf kind of barks after it, but doesn't want to get you out of its sight.
A whisper to it, just in case that's more than it appears, that staying put's probably safer.
Mm-hmm. To the one-eyed wolf, or to the okay, yeah, it's staying where
So I'm
it's.
assuming the other one's gone.
Yeah, it's basically crawling out of the hole at the moment.
Hopefully, well, I guess we'll let that. Maybe that'll distract the hunters. So I'll move away so that I can keep an eye on that entrance.
Yeah. So you stay in here, and eventually the wolf kind of calms down, and it looks towards the hole where the other wolf left. And you hear footsteps above you. You see pieces of soil just dropping down next to you, but none of them break through the ceiling. The other wolf isn't coming back. And somehow it feels like time is almost speeding up.
Mm-hmm.
As you're staying down here, you suddenly realize that you no longer have your gun. And you're no longer actually wearing clothes. You're covered in fur, and you realize you're actually slowly turning into one of these wolves. And all this time, you hear the people moving around outside.
Now that I've become a wolf, I'll try to converse with the one with the scars.
Yeah.
And I guess just introduce myself, ask its name.
It's difficult to commune with these kind of animals because they don't actually have a language.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it's something more than just a wolf, but for now, a thought appears in your head. It is simply one eye. One eye is the thought that manifests itself in your mind. And the wolves actually become more friendly, like they lick the side of your face, and you're allowed to stay with them. And they ask you who you are.
What would be a good wolf name? Because Lars probably isn't going to translate all that well. Hunter is what I'll send back.
Hunter. And you, time just goes forward. You see water trickling down from the hole where you broke through. And suddenly it's spring. And the one-eyed wolf kind of looks over its shoulder at you, and then looks over at the hole in the wall where the other wolf escaped.
Mm-hmm.
And then it leaves. And the other wolf does as well. And you're alone.
Give them a minute or two to get ahead and out before following.
And as you head out, as soon as you breach through the small tunnel, your eyes open, and you're standing in front of the northern wind, and he's smiling at you. Hunter, he says.
Hunter. As good a name as any. It's what I was once upon a time.
He inclines his head and turns to walk away. Do you follow him, or do you feel like
I'll follow.
All right.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
He walks over to actually a tan skin that he kind of turns around, and you see it's actually a wolf's pelt. And you recognize immediately that it's the wolf that escaped. And he thinks for a moment, and then he says, "Sometimes hiding is safer. Sometimes forgetting is safer."
Agreed.
And then he's gone. Nowhere to be seen.
That's pretty good hiding.
You feel the breeze across your face. Chill, cold from the north.
All right, then.
Yes. Nate and Tide. Tide, you're finding Nate. He's playing with the cat, which seems to have actually taken quite a liking to him.
Yeah.
I pretend to knock on the wall, whatever's closest.
Oh, hey, Tide.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Uh,
You seem upset. Which
a little bit. I don't know. I don't like being cheated. Pet peeve of mine.
Where are we now, by the way? Where is this? Is this your room or?
Probably a corner of the fest hall.
Yeah.
All right. I lean against the wall. And I go like, is this something that... Is this new? A new feeling or something that you've brought from before?
I don't think this is new. I mean, again, I'm not a fan of... Like I said, I don't like being cheated. I'm not a fan of that. And I don't like cheating in general. And so, I don't know, I guess growing up around, around my family running that piece of shit, shady car dealership, our whole business was cheating. Always pissed me off. So now that I can, now that I have some control over myself, I don't like when I get into a situation where I'm on the other end of that.
Did you leave your family because of that?
Yeah, to some extent, I think so. I didn't want to live my life just getting by on hurting others. If that makes any sense.
It's really strange. I'm not saying you're strange, don't get me wrong. I'm having a hard time explaining. I'm thinking about a lot of things. Usually when it don't make sense, I'm thinking. That sounded even worse.
It's all right, Tide.
Okay, so I look like I'm focusing very hard. Okay, so it doesn't.
I have to take care of something in my apartment. Can't wait. Sorry.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I got told about this and that, about different types of changelings and different types of stuff, and I read a little bit, I think, about Matthew and stuff, and when we were talking about which kind of changeling we were, I actually didn't think you were like the how's the thing? I call them the pretty ones, which doesn't mean that you're not pretty.
I know what you're trying
I'm
to say.
so bad at explaining this.
It's all
You
right.
are pretty, I promise you.
Thank you.
I keep saying weird shit today.
All right.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is, what doesn't make sense is that, well, it's not that it doesn't make sense. I wanted to ask about this. You are so upset about injustices and about things that, are very deep. So deep. But at the same time, I always thought that changelings that were like taken because they were pretty or shiny or flashy or whatever would be ones that wouldn't think about those things. So I wanted to figure out, why do you think you were taken? What happened?
I don't know if I've told you this story, but I was taken just coming home from a bar. I was about to leave, take my sister, and go to the big city. I'm gonna make a run for Minneapolis. Try to make it there on our own, but I never made it home. Don't know why I was taken. I don't. Maybe it was because I was, I guess you could say pretty, if using your words, but maybe not. I don't know. Being pretty is just a bonus, I guess you could say. That is a good question. I don't know why I was taken. I don't know if it was... I guess I just don't fit the archetype, right? Not exactly airheaded or vapid, or I try not to be. I know I can be sometimes.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's where I think it makes sense, because, well, maybe it was because of looks or whatever, but if you are really clinging to those morals and things that bother you, and you're really upset about the cheating and about... These are things that make you pretty on the inside, I suppose.
Thank you. But I don't think I'm really all that pretty on the inside. You see, Tide, this is something that I don't think you or many people understand. I don't... On the inside, I'm not motivated as much by love for things around me. I do love people around me. You guys mean the world to me, of course. But on the inside, I am a deeply hateful person.
A deeply what?
Hateful person.
Okay.
I hate injustice. I hate the fair folk, and I want to destroy them. As much as this is about making sure that you guys are safe and that we can have a better life in the future, this is also about getting even. I want to destroy them. I want them gone.
I mean, don't we all hate them here, though? Like, they kind of messed us up a lot, irreversibly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I mean...
But I get the feeling, the reason I haven't left, the reason I didn't just, the moment I could, move to Minneapolis and try to get away from this place, wasn't because I really cared too much about restoring the lives of the people I knew before or anything like that. As much as that could be a reason. The reason I stayed is I wanted to get even. Look, I love my sister. I love my family. But I would have left. But I want to get even. I want to end this.
Well, it's going to end one way or another.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a bad reason. Like, I get so angry just thinking about it. It's not... I mean, I get that. I just... If you want to talk about airhead and dumb, like... I didn't need to become a changeling. You know what I mean?
Tide.
No,
Did nothing
because...
wrong.
No, yeah, but... I mean, I did. I didn't
Tide.
do wrong things,
Tide,
but...
this is not your fault. It's not your fault that you went looking and ended up getting picked up by one of these things. Sure, if you hadn't gone looking, you wouldn't have gotten picked up and made a changeling. But at the end of the day, we can't put the blame on you for that. It's their fault for wronging you. It's their fault for taking you. You did nothing wrong looking for your brother.
I went because I felt he wasn't the same. And I was just like, I was so mad because the police was like, he's right here, everything is fine. And I just went, no, nobody believes me. And yeah, I actually went to prove them right. And I think that's what she liked about me.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when I was just Sarah, I always had something to say,
Mm-hmm.
I always had something to prove. I always protested about this. I was always talking on the behalf of the group or whatever, or my class, I was always loud. I always needed to say things. And it's this anger, it's this self-righteousness that I don't like. And
What's not to like about it? There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing ever gets done by people who stay quiet and who go with the flow and make gradual change. At the end of the day, it's the angry people, the self-righteous people, using your words, who actually get stuff done. Tide, there is nothing to be ashamed about when you're angry, when you want revenge, when you really want to hurt someone. At least someone who deserves it. Nothing wrong with that. That's how things get done.
True, but people do get hurt.
They do.
Do that. And I lost my train of thought. That's you changed my opinion on that. Hold on, I need to readjust. Let's have a
All
minute
right.
of silence of Tide trying to, you can see the cogs working. It's really weird how this brain, how I work now. It's like I can't think of more things simultaneously, but the thing I think about a lot. What I wanted to say is people do get hurt. In my wanting to, I didn't think about this, but just before, a few days ago, Jonas was blaming himself for this. I didn't even think about him blaming himself when I went after him. Even when I became a changeling, it was never even on my mind. And it's like he dwelled on this forever since he saw me. It's like not forever, but since he realized what happened. And I'm just like, how many more people need to get hurt before I learn?
This is what angers me, right? This is one of the reasons I'm so mad all the time. These things, Jonas did nothing wrong, right? He was taken, he was hurt, and you did nothing wrong by going after him. But this thing, this creature, this monster, has gotten into our minds, even when we're free of it, even when this is all over, if this is ever over. This thing will always be with us. Paranoia, the fear. And seeing that in all of you guys just kills me. I see it and I want that thing to be afraid. I want it, when it steps foot in our world, to have a moment of realization where it sees how badly it fucked up. And then I'm gonna kill it.
We're gonna kill it. So,
Tide, you have nothing to apologize for. You have nothing to be upset about. None of this is any of our faults. But now it's our responsibility.
that's true.
Gotta
I
prosecute this case, I guess you could say, with extreme prejudice. We're not giving it that baby. We're not giving an inch. But we're gonna take from it everything.
you don't gotta convince me. There is nothing I would like more than to
God,
carve
sometimes I just wish I could shoot the damn
face
thing.
off
Make it so much easier. Just give everyone guns and we could solve it, but no.
Okay, yeah, shooting is easier, but I still want to use my sword. I think I'm better with
I
it.
think you are better with a sword too. To be fair, I'm not exactly good with a gun either.
I mean, we did practice a little bit.
Yeah, I did shoot you, that
You
one
go
time.
better. You go better.
I've improved. I've certainly improved. I gotta say, I think that no matter how this ends, we've made a good effort. Not to sound defeatist. I do think we can win this. I think that at the end of the day, even by just doing what we're doing, by trying to put up the fight, we're making a point, and we're winning in some sense. If that makes sense.
That's really good, because what if, even if we die, and hear me out, even if we die, you said we put an effort out and we're doing things. What if then other changelings will rise after us and do the same thing? Worst case scenario, even if we don't see it, I think eventually they'll either stop taking changelings because they can turn on them, or I hope that there will be more pushback against them.
Yeah, of course. We fight to win, but if we don't fight to win, then we fight to teach them a lesson. Make them pay for every inch. Make them pay through the nose.
Mm-hmm. Are you still upset?
Tide, I don't think I'll ever not be upset, but I think I learned something today.
What's that?
Scribner, look, he cheated, right? He was a bit of a dick. And that pissed me off. But he also showed me that at the end of the day, even if he cheats and wins because of it, we still got something for the effort, right? There's still a reason to fight, even if we're gonna lose. Because we can prove them wrong. We're not just disposable beings that can come and take and do with what they want. Eventually their behavior comes back to bite them in the ass.
So you're saying that winning is not necessarily the only
Winning
goal.
is a bonus. Winning is unlikely. We're probably all going to die, let's be honest. This is probably not going to go well for us.
Mm-hmm.
Winning's a bonus. If we can win, and it is worth putting in every bit of effort we can to win. If we can win, that's good. But even if we lose, just the act of standing against them is enough for me. If I die, I won't die unsatisfied.
That's good to know. That's good. I mean, I don't know what's gonna be going through my head when push comes to the shove, but we'll see. I hope. I mean,
And Tide, never apologize. Never apologize for your passion and your anger. Really. It's the best thing about you.
thank you. Do you want to hold hands?
You know, Tide,
But
you're a little bit awkward, and I'm going to go in for a kiss. I'm going to kiss Tide.
First kiss on the show.
Sorry, Chris, I'm stealing your wife.
That's fine. That's my wife while we're playing.
Changeling, the NTR.
Yeah, and with that, the scene will fade till the day after, and everyone is.
Guys, I'm sorry, I can't stay. Basically,
That's perfect.
That's okay, man.
That's perfect.
Handle your shit.
Yeah, is it okay to leave the camera on or at least running?
I'll leave the camera on. Stay muted. Hope that's good enough for you guys.
That's great. Good luck with the apartment. Hope things turn out okay.
What are the odds a pipe main burst just above my apartment? Right.
It's.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. All right. Stay safe, Trev. So, the day after comes. Everyone is either nursing a headache or doing surprisingly well. Tide is sorry, I meant Flicker, of course. Flicker looks absolutely dead. She's pale, kind of bags under her eyes. The orange glow is now kind of like a orangey green. Like she's got this big mug of ale that she's just looking down into.
Jesus Christ!
I drank
God
too
damn
much.
it, Nova!
And,
I have a solution. And Nova takes her coffee, and then
No,
she takes
don't
like
give
a
her any
little bit of,
coffee.
No, I got this, because that would be a lot of shock, right? And then she takes some of the mead, and she just kind of pours it into the coffee, and then hands it to Flicker.
Yeah.
Okay, so like sip this.
oh,
Okay, that's sure,
and she's
sure.
like, oh, this is terrible. She drinks some more of it,
She drinks more, of course.
and slowly, color returns to her as she's like, I think this was a bad idea.
Nova like pat her on the back probably too hard. Like, you're doing great, kid. I'm proud of you. Like extra loud.
Yeah.
Hang in there.
Yeah, she's like, there's little sparks flying off her every now and then, but she can't really start a fire right now. So as you're sitting there, you're approached by Skrimner, who's laughing. I see you've enjoyed yourself. Hope the evening was fine. Hope the company was well, and that you're not feeling too bad today. And Flicker just says, can you please just be less loud? Regardless, I hope you have spent the night considering what you want to ask. Again, 3 questions free of charge. I will answer to the best of my ability, and I will even tell you if I don't know the answer. I'm feeling generous.
We appreciate your generosity.
Of course you do. And I appreciate the entertainment that you brought to me yesterday. Perhaps we could go another round. I have an old maid who loves to dance, for example. Maybe you can take her out for a dance. I have a horn of mead that no one can drain. No? No takers?
I don't know. It seems like Flicker probably has a good shot at doing that.
Oh, what do you say, Flicker? Do you want to taste it? Oh, Flicker, eh? That's her name.
Gosh, son of a bitch. I keep breaking the principal rule.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, I know most of your names by now.
Yeah, you do, and it's pretty much all my fault.
Ah, it's fine. It's fine. So,
Maybe we'll save those challenges for another day.
of course, you're always welcome in my halls.
And we are in need of more answers, perhaps.
And I'm willing to answer. Provide
Nova
them.
takes like 3 full steps back away from the talking and just like it's just like as far as maybe can't even be heard, just to be on the safe side, and she's just gonna look on the floor and try to keep it together.
Flicker pats you on the back like, you got this, I'm proud of you. Oh. Can you hold my hair? I gotta go.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you. Come on, we should probably be a little farther away from this anyway, Flicker.
Just like stumbling out of the...
You guys ask the questions. You're the thinkies.
As they leave, Ty just goes, did Flicker get drunk?
Yeah, she did.
Flicker had fun.
But is she even of age?
Flicker's like 12. How?
No.
She looks 12. I don't know how old she is, but it's weird to see her
Is that
curse.
one of your questions? Is she of age?
No!
No. Don't you try that shit now. I'm on to you.
Well, I don't have all day. Ask your
Okay.
questions.
You do. Ty points to Jonas and Lars. You're the smart ones. How do you have any ideas?
Yeah, I have some ideas, but we are here for a reason, right? And it's that reason we're supposed to, at least the first question, what we're gonna do about it, right? And looking to the rest of the group.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lars,
Mr.
Do you wanna word it correctly?
Yes, we have. We've told you that what's coming for the mortal realm, what's coming for the town of Littlebrook, which we call home.
Mm-hmm.
How can we stop her from causing harm or coming to Littlebrook?
That is a very open question. I'm going to give you 3 choices. Easy, modestly hard, difficult. Which one do you pick?
Modestly hard.
Take her titles from her.
And weaken her. Okay.
If you take her titles, she will not even remember who you are.
All right. Well, I think then we know our next question.
Could we discuss before we ask?
Yes. Let's.
That you can. And that is question number 2.
Fuck you! No, it's not.
You asked me right away.
God.
Question number 2.
Screamer, I swear to God. I'm gonna kick your ass one day.
Remember, Nate, he gave us these for free.
He did.
Well, no, we earned these.
Yeah, no, to be fair, we earned these. Okay, we're gonna discuss.
Tell you what, I'll give you a mulligan on that one.
Thank you.
If you fight me. No.
If we survive all of this, I was about to say, if we survive all of this, I will absolutely fight you.
I have a small island out here. I would happily fight you on it.
After we win this thing, then I'll come back here and I'll fight you.
Now
okay?
then, any more questions you ask me? Any questions? Will be counted in these 3.
Okay, let's all talk.
Can't believe you made it out of the hedge.
Let's go go off to the side and we'll discuss. So I think we should. We definitely need to ask how to take a title away, but I think we already kind of. I've got an idea on.
We have to know what the titles are too, right?
Well, yes, but we know that. The Arch of Midsummer is a title of one, you know.
The Arch of Midsummer was her enemy, right?
The
one who offered.
Necessarily.
Not necessarily, but
Yeah,
another one.
They offered a job, from what I understand. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes, the Tide of Midsummer, through 2 of their agents, offered you essentially the 7 of you to become to work for the Arch of Midsummer, who was not necessarily an ally of the mother or whatever you want to call her, but it's complicated.
So we know that is a title. How you would take that away, I'm unsure of. We would need to do some research to find out what her titles are.
Well, we can ask Scribner. Maybe he knows.
This is what I'm thinking about. That titles. He said that she has several
probably
titles.
Quite a few of them.
There are quite a few of them. They're probably difficult to take from her or destroy or whatever. It will take time, and we don't have time.
No.
Yeah, so maybe that's a future project to take her titles and maybe focus on the more quick, direct, and ask for his hard option on what to go now. I guess that the hardest one is the one that will be the quickest as well, perhaps. You get what I'm thinking? Not necessarily, but
because what would the easy one be then?
Give herself up, maybe.
Yeah, that's not happening.
No, but that would be the easy way.
Yeah, but that's not happening.
No, exactly. So maybe we're not asking about the easy one, but instead the hard one.
So we ask for the hard one. Would be question number 2. And then what would question number 3 be?
Maybe
We need to
depending
know
on
her titles.
Nova comes up and she's very quiet because she's so scared of saying anything. And
Too
she's-
loud.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, so maybe perfect definite answers aren't really what we're looking for. Maybe we're looking for directions. We could ask him, tell us something else we need to know. These are
That's-
just going to start us anyway. I don't
That's
think we
not a
end
bad
here.
idea.
And then she covers her mouth back up and steps back.
No,
Are you
Nova-
okay?
Nova's right. That's
So
No, but I'm gonna be sick too. Sorry.
No, I'm just going to say something stupid or ask a question. I don't want to do that, so I'm just being extra careful. Okay.
Okay.
Nova. You're not stupid.
Oh,
You can be a bit
You're not.
impulsive and a bit loud, but you're not stupid.
no,
You-
that's an excellent
we need your
question.
input here.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad that you're being careful as well.
So then I think we know our next 2 questions. Our final
Maybe start with one of them, and then maybe we need to discuss after that one to take what we ask the third question if there is a.
We can converge again and see.
Yeah.
So, do we ask the hard one, or do we ask what Nova just recommended?
You need to know the titles. I think that, I mean, Nova's recommendation is great. I don't think. Look, we got 2 more questions, so got to get our mileage out of them. You've already figured out we need to destroy your titles.
There's one option. That's the medium option.
Yes.
Easy option is probably going to be something as blatant as give her what she wants.
Yeah.
And based on your feelings about whatever that thing was at the lake, I'm assuming that's going to be a non-flyer.
Yeah.
So we ask what the hard one is, and then based on that, we perhaps go on to something that we have or should know, or something that would help us.
I like that.
Okay. Go ahead, old faceless one.
Should I ask? Okay. I'll go back to Scribner. Okay. What is the hard option you mentioned earlier?
You kill her. Completely. Remove her from the equation.
I'll nod my head and back to the rest again. Okay. So that wasn't very helpful. I think actually Nova's suggestion is the best one here.
I agree.
Nova, you should ask it.
It's your question. Ask away.
Okay, that's
Come
now
on.
she's gonna absolutely look like she is about to puke at this point. Oh, but okay. Oh,
I take her by the shoulders and I walk her to the screen. It's okay, we're here with you. Go for it.
okay. What is something else important that we need to know to solve this specific problem?
Which specific problem? Getting rid of your friend?
Well, that's a question.
Very well. Suppose I can answer that nothing from your world, nor our world, nor their world can destroy one of her kind. Weaken, yes. Destroy, nothing from your world, my world, or their world.
Nova's being very
Other
careful not to
worlds.
say anything else, but listening very carefully and hoping at least Ty behind her is absolutely listening too. She's trying to remember everything.
Scrivener, you asked us a question, correct?
Which you didn't answer, so
No, we did answer it. You asked which specific problem, and we answered.
no,
That was a free
you
question.
did not answer it.
Yeah, we did.
Nor did you set any demands on repayment.
That's
for
true. That's
questions
fair.
you-
I guess I'm reaching here.
Yeah, we're
I
trying.
admire
to
your
figure it out.
spirit, but the
Yeah,
deal
that's
has to be
fair.
made before the price can be called
Yeah, that
for.
makes sense. Yep. Well,
Although I did just answer one of your questions for free, so
God
suppose.
damn it. I guess we're even then.
I think we're even.
Part of it
Yeah,
is
we're
called
even.
conversation.
Fascinating
Hey.
concept conversation.
Do you want a gift? I made something.
Far be it for me to deny you giving me a gift.
Yeah.
We
She'll
want
go
one
over to
more
Flicker.
question.
She wants to give a gift. Deal with your own. Nova's doing her own thing, and she goes over to Flicker and she takes like the rest of like the mixture, and she goes over to the hobgoblin. Like, okay, I invented something, and then you don't have to know the difference between morning or evening because it's both. And she gives him.
He takes a tankard, he looks down at it, and he gives you a face like, I don't want this.
Oh
it a
no,
sip.
no, but
No,
some
give it
gifts
a
you don't
sip.
want, but you need it. Flicker, tell him.
I guess I got it. I have gotten a gift. Thank you kindly for your generosity for this gift.
You're gonna
which by
come
its
around
very
to it.
definition does not require a
Yeah, I know.
repayment of
Give it
another
a sip
gift.
and see how you feel. Though.
No,
Let's-
this is just being generous. We are all friends here.
Just being friendly.
Thank
It's
you.
not a serum of truth. It's not gonna make you talk.
Oh, I
to
know
us.
what it is.
You haven't had it before.
No, because I am not
Then-
insane.
Give it a sip, buddy. Give it a sip. Do it.
Delightful. Thank you.
Is it
Yeah,
though?
there
Do
we
you
go.
like it?
It's great. I love it. What a
Are you
great gift
lying?
you've given me. Well,
You
if you
can-
want the
you can
answer for
say
that
if you don't
question,
like
you will
it.
need to pay me in kind. So
No,
Okay,
I
you
just
can ask us a question. We'll ask you a question. How does that sound?
Nova's getting like really angry. She's like, "No, I was just given a gift. I hate
That's
this place so
true.
much. Why can't we even talk?"
Oh.
And she just starts like pacing
my
back and
friend,
forth.
I am not the one demanding answers regarding your gift. I'm fully happy to accept it.
She's mumbling off in the corner now, just trying to do something. I just want to talk and I can't talk. I'm afraid I'm gonna say my name. This is stupid. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
I think she was really just trying to be nice as I'm watching them up.
Ah.
Yes, I appreciate that, but then your friend here.
Yeah, I know. Everything's. Look, I'm trying to win here. I'm trying to.
You did win. You got answers for your question, even though.
That's
you,
true.
Even though
So
Thank
now
you
we just
very
got to
much
figure
for
out how to
your
kill
time.
this thing.
Thank you very much for your time.
I've given
Thank
you a
you
very clear answer on that.
You
answering
have.
our questions. Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course.
Yes,
of course.
thank you.
Now we will take our leave before we find ourselves more in your debt.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I'm not gonna bargain, but no, never mind. It's been a pleasure, Goblin King.
Just a question. No strings attached, unless of course you demand that. But how do you intend to go back to whence you came?
My question exactly. Glad you asked it instead of me.
I care for my guests, and you leaving right now like this, I sincerely doubt you will survive the journey.
I was planning not taking up much more of your time and maybe ask the other guests around. I made some contact with them and see if they could offer us some assistance. Do you know any you can recommend that's a bit more trustworthy?
More trustworthy than me?
No trustworthy than
Oh, that's
the rest
impossible.
than his peers.
I believe that if you do me a favor, I will send you home, what's the expression, lickety split.
What's that favor?
I have an invitation to a dinner party that I have no interest in attending. It is to the Sanguine Duke, one of their kind. And if you go in my stead to this dinner party, I will allow you safe passage, lickety split home to your town of Littlebrook.
When's this dinner party?
As soon as you arrive.
In Littlebrook?
Oh, no. In the Duke's Keep.
So we'd arrive. So we go back home to Littlebrook, solve our problem. Then we go to the Duke's Keep.
No.
We go to the party, then you send us home
Yes.
back directly.
Yes. The dinner
I guess
party.
we're going to this fucking party.
You don't have to, but I don't think anyone is able to bring you home quite as fast. I would say walking by foot will take you 2 weeks,
Jeez.
possibly a week and a half if you're
We
very
don't
fast.
Is Utgårdaloke a regular here?
Oh, I thought that was obvious. That was me.
Oh,
Yes, just a little bit of goblin magic. To get you here faster, so we could... I was getting tired of waiting. My friend told me you were on your way, and figured I might as well catch up with you.
A
Man.
friend?
Okay.
Nova comes stomping back. All right, let's just do that. I mean, we're probably about to get eaten,
Yeah.
but let's just do this.
It's a dinner party. Be there for a couple of hours, mingle, be polite, find an excuse to leave. Just don't leave him hanging. He's been sending invitations to me for years.
Okay.
I'm good at being polite.
So wait, so let's get this clear. Nothing from our world, nothing from their world can kill it, right?
And nothing from my world, no.
And nothing from your world. So nothing from the hedge, nothing from the Arcadia, nothing from the real world.
Exactly.
We gotta find something
define
from another
real
world.
I find that term slightly offensive.
From our world.
Your world.
So we gotta find something from a whole other world.
Or
Or
something that's
it's
from all
not
three.
something, but someone.
We
Or
can
do we
discuss
count
this.
as things too?
We can discuss this later.
Well, what
Can
do you
you-
need us to do at this party? Is there something specific that we need to do aside what you said?
We have a few questions before we agree to this.
Certainly.
Oh, okay.
Although some of these questions, depending on the complexity, I might ask for fair. No, I'm of course joking. If it's questions about the dinner party,
Yes, it is.
it's
So,
a turn. Hit me.
do you? I understand that you would not be able to guarantee our safety, but as far as you understand, this isn't anything where we need to be concerned for our safety. We're not going to be the dinner.
I would
at the dinner
say,
party.
considering your track record, I would be slightly worried that you might accidentally agree to do something you shouldn't. But if you just follow your host's instructions, keep your mouth shut when you should, it will be fine.
Could you repeat that last bit for these two?
I believe you were the one who asked me the second question, so that goes for you as well, my friend.
That is true.
Just keep in mind the rules. Whatever they tell you to do, follow them. Don't insult your host. Be polite. Don't walk off the path that you've been given. And for goodness sake, don't follow any of the other guests if they tell you to come with them. Basics. How did you escape the hedge?
I don't remember.
Oh, well,
I punched a dragon.
We ran.
inspiring.
never. Yeah, and you, as soon as you feel that a couple of hours are gone, and you feel that the courtesy has been made, you will send us back immediately. Because trust us, we do not want to be at that party a second
of
longer
course.
than we need to.
Of course. As soon as you leave the party, as you step outside of his domain, I will use whatever is in my power to bring you home to Littlebrook, safe and sound, lickety-split. That is the expression for right away, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Is there a catch to this?
It probably is, but
That is a question you would have to... no, I simply don't want to go. He's a bore.
Okay.
You
All
will
right.
find that his dinner parties are slightly different from the ones I have.
Oh, God.
What do we
Oh,
tell him? Why did you send us?
You will have
would
the
be
invitation
rude.
in your hand. that will be all. He actually he takes it out. He gives you an envelope which is yellowed with age, and there is a blood red wax seal with an elaborate. Looks almost like an arachnid printed into the wax.
Okay. So
Hold
just
it-
so everybody is aware, sanguine does mean blood. So we're going to meet the Blood Duke.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one.
It's
We were
okay.
never gonna
Blood
meet
is...
We were never gonna meet the Candy Duke. This is gonna be a mess. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Look at how old that is. He's been making him wait like forever. Like you can tell. Like, oh my god, let's just do this. She's like, she's gonna start pacing again.
If he asks about me, just say that I am
Or
past.
too busy.
I have passed. I'm too busy. Make up an excuse.
You got it. All right, let's go.
I mean, blood is 70%, not 70, but blood is a good percent water. I'm pretty sure I can freeze blood. Tideless
I
search.
would not recommend trying that unless you want to anger your host, but whatever
I mean, no,
floats your boat.
Okay, so before we leave, what are our names? And let's make sure that we remember them.
I'm Phil.
Phil.
I'm Avon. I've been Avon since the beginning.
Avon. I don't recall you ever. Whatever.
No one asked my name. I'm just angry in the corner.
Faceless.
Faceless.
I can't remember a name that's not like physically something. Just say ice or something. I'll know.
Ice.
And I'll be Mike.
Mike. As for your big friend over there, I will give him a name. How about we call him Lumber?
Lumber.
Oh
That's
wait.
better. We should have asked you to give us names.
Wait, what about Hot Hands over there?
Hot
Hot
hand.
hand.
Good idea. Hot hand. Flicker looks like she's about to object, and then she just goes again. She's
Better get it out here now. I feel like that's not gonna be polite there.
Yeah, probably not.
Should I squeeze you a little? Get it all out? I got you. Don't worry.
Oh,
Here.
yes. Now that you mention it, he snaps his finger, and 3 goblins approach. They're all, of course, of varying body shapes and whatnot, but they're all dressed in fairly nice clothes, actually. And he says, "These are my tailors. Request what kind of clothes you will be wearing. They will make them for you as a token of my appreciation for you taking on this difficult task of getting fed."
Hey, I'm starting to think this guy's a little sarcastic.
You think?
Just now getting that?
Yeah, I'm pretty quick.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. What should I wear to this? Let's go for a suit and tie. Just standard suit and tie.
They get you one right, like they do your measures, and then they hand it to you in less than a minute.
Wow, I'm impressed. And it fits well.
Yes, well, only the best for the King of Goblins.
Oh, I know. Okay, so listen, she's gonna like to the closest goblin. Okay, follow me if you can. Okay, so I'm thinking like I want like a white, real like well-fitted suit, like a fancy, but all white, but also like on the back, if I just want to have like little wings, like maybe no one else has to know. I feel like there's like
All
cool
white
little like
wings.
yeah, and like shiny shoe, no boots.
Shiny boots.
Yeah,
Moon
yeah,
boots.
Yeah,
Shiny moon boots.
yeah, and then like a little headpiece that just looks a little like, and she'll turn and kind of show her little like antenna, like this, but
Headpiece
fancy.
with antennas, kind of like the ones from antennas.
Yeah.
Antennae. I think we can do that, and they
Yeah.
do right away. They make that outfit for you, and it is. What color are the boots, by the way?
Oh, I think they'll still be white. It's all white except for her like antenna
Yeah,
stuff.
so you're like gleaming white right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
Fabric
Trying to
smells
catch her
really
back.
tasty, by the way. fabric smells tasty.
Oh, okay. So she's just gonna back up a little while everyone else is getting their stuff, and don't look at her.
These
Nova,
this may-
that outfit. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Thank you. It's weird. There's holes in it.
So for
Stop!
faceless,
Eat up! You're eating it. God damn it, Nova.
I maybe seemed cliche, but I'll go suit and tie as well, but make it entirely black. I don't want
suit and tie
blood
black.
stains on it. That's to show.
Blood stains.
No blood stains.
Oh,
When we're on the
course.
Sanguine Duke.
Of course. They hand you. They don't even need to take your measures. They just hand you a folded up outfit.
I'll get dressed and look more like Slenderman now.
Ooh, indeed, you do. You very much do. You look exactly like him. It's kind of disconcerting, to be honest. They look at Lars and Tide.
I look
Ladies.
at Lars like, go for it. What?
I was gonna say ladies first, but you're not a lady, so
I'm not a lady. You go first.
okay. Suit and tie sounds good. White shirt, ice blue tie, and ice blue little handkerchief.
Suit and tie, ice blue thing. Perfect. They give you a look over. Oh, you're a tough one. Do you ever stand straight, or are you just always hunched over? Never mind. No, that's personal information. They just give you the outfit. It takes a little bit longer for them making for the rest.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very quick.
Yes, it's my job.
Can I have, like, everyone's wearing suits. Can I have, like, a frock? Is it called? The one that's long
white
in the
tie?
back.
White tie. I believe that's it. That's the term for it, correct? The
Maybe?
coattail.
The penguin suit.
Yes, penguin suit.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
want that.
And they make you one right away. And it fits you perfectly.
I didn't say the color. What color did they make it?
Actually, instantly, even though you didn't say which color you wanted, it comes out exactly the color you wanted it to come out. Which is what color did you want?
It's blue and white, I guess. Then I
Blue and white.
suppose.
Tasteful. Which kind of blue?
Like it fits my hair, I guess. I
Nice.
should have gone for the contrast, but all of you have black suits, so.
Perfect. Silas also gets a black tie suit as well, and it fits just enough to make him look like a gorilla stuffed into a suit, but just it works well enough. Flicker just looks at Ty's outfit and goes, "I want that too, but orange and black on the inside." And she gets that outfit as well.
I thought you were gonna go with like a poofy dress or something. I mean, you're wearing a tutu
No,
now.
you're wearing. Yeah, well, you were wearing a hoodie. You're not wearing a hoodie right now, are you?
No.
I want to look fancy. All right, fine.
Okay.
Give me what kind of...
No, it's fine.
No.
It's fine.
No,
Look,
no,
you look
I
good.
I want a cocktail dress. And it's like, all right. And it has to be bright orange. And gloves, like long-sleeved gloves and a wig.
You should have the tops of the gloves be flames.
Yes, perfect. Also, I want a necklace of fire. They're like, all right. Just-
And you should get a masquerade thing that
Yes.
has.
Yes, living fire on it. Perfect. Like
I mean, if you're-
salamanders covering my eyes.
If you're
I'm
going, go all out, right?
Yes, and I want a horse. Like, I don't think we agreed to add. I want a horse. All right, we'll get you a horse.
It's the
Ain't
only
no
thing that'll
fire.
complete the outfit. Also, everyone check your shirts. Sometimes they got holes in them.
That's
Sure they do, Nova.
Ah,
Now I feel like I should have asked for like a waterfall dress or
Too
something.
late, we're
but
going.
That's God
Yeah,
damn
let's
it.
just go.
no more special deals. Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of the last thing I wanted to do and the last place I wanted to go when we're entering the hedge, but let's get this over with, I guess, so we can get back.
He points to the other exit of the long hall, which you've never exited, by the way, during this entire time. It's a double door, and two goblins just run up and open it as you walk towards it. A blackish brown horse with fiery orange mane being led from somewhere. It's like, you better bring this horse back. It's very valuable to me. And Flicker goes, and as you come out, you actually, you didn't see any of this when you come in from the other side, but you're standing in front of this beach, which is not actually, it's not a sand beach, it's not a stone beach. It's a beach made entirely out of small shells and fossils, like little seashells, little spirally horns, all kinds of different shells, and they're all pearly white, and they crunch as you step on them. And he leads you down to the waterfront where there is a small rowing boat, and he points at it. This will take you, well, rather you will use this to go where you're going. And he kind of points in the distance, and you see basically just the outline of this massive castle on the other side of this lake, ocean. It's got to be lake. You can see the other side barely. There's nothing else on this water. And he says, just once you arrive, show them the envelope. They will let you in. Follow the instructions. Be there for a couple of hours. Eat what you're offered. Or don't. But if you're not going to eat it, be subtle about it. Come back when you've done your due diligence.
Okay.
This is so pretty.
Also,
I mean, the water.
don't,
Yes?
and I repeat, do not put anything you don't want to lose in the water.
So no
Why?
swimming. Got it.
That would be entirely your prerogative if you want to go swimming. I would just not recommend you do it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, you certainly can try if you want.
What's with the water? Is it something in the? Is it something that lives in there, or is
You'll
it water
see.
itself?
You'll see.
Okay.
Is
Fair.
it still cold or is it like warmer now when you get out on this side?
It's not as cold as it was on the other side, but it's foggy and kind of clammy. Like, it's warm enough that you'd start sweating if you wore winter clothes, but cold enough that you kind of do want to wear winter clothes. If you like it, you know exactly the breaking line of that. It's uncomfortable.
I don't know what you're talking about. I love this moisture in the air. Let's go.
Okay.
Silas just sits down and goes, I was made for this, and grabs the rowing, the oars. And as soon as you all settle down, he just starts rowing, and you're like almost skipping across the water.
Nova's
And-
making herself as like compact and small and like trying to sit in the exact middle of the boat away from any water
It is
and concentrating.
It is incredibly cramped considering you also have a horse on board. And you start moving.
When we sit in the boat,
Mhm.
Jonas is just like gonna. Okay, so we've been at the Goblin Market. We've been at the Goblin King. We have not really remembered the rules. Now I think it's really time to put in the effort to remember the rules.
I
It's-
agree.
You look like I'm looking on you, Nova, and I'm not. I'm looking at all of us, including me.
Flicker
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
starts,
she's
"I've
still pretty
never
sure
forgotten
you're
the
looking right at
rules.
her.
I've never broken the rules.
Yeah, Nova, if it comes to rule breaking, I've probably broken more rules than you and Flicker combined. So
She'll nod.
I have not
absolutely not
broken
believe.
any rules.
Hot hams. Let's start now. No real names.
got it.
So, and Jonas points at Nova. What did you want to call yourself again?
Avon.
Avon.
Avon, of course. I love it.
And points to Tide. And you?
Ice.
Ice.
I am not good at names.
Lumber.
Mike.
And Bill. Or Phil.
Phil, yep.
Phil. And Hot Hands.
Yeah.
Great.
You move across the ocean, and it's perfectly still. The water doesn't move an inch. Or not the ocean, the lake, of course. And soon enough, you don't even see the home of Scribner anymore. It's just gone. And as you're swimming, Nova, are you looking at the water?
You mean rowing? We're not swimming. No one's in the water.
You're rowing. No,
Lord.
you're all rowing. Sorry, did I say swim?
Yeah.
I think Nova is very aware of the water. Like
Yeah.
she's just keeping this eye on it, just so she can be as far away from it as possible.
Yeah.
From moment to moment.
For the last, most of you would probably notice if you're looking in the water. For the last 5 minutes, there's been a large yellow spot right underneath the boat following you.
Okay, who peed?
No, the water that's not moving. Are you seeing this? I want to touch it.
No,
Do not touch.
It's completely
but-
yellow, and it's just centered underneath your boat. It's got to be like 10 by 10 feet, all directions. No,
Jonah,
yeah, 15 feet.
does it look like it's something like we have a light under our boat?
Yeah,
Or
it kind of glows actually a little bit.
That is so pretty.
Yeah.
do we have something stuck under the boat?
Just ignore it.
We're not gonna find out. No one's sticking anything in that water. We're just gonna keep going and pretend it's not there.
I agree
didn't-
with Phil.
I mean,
Exactly
I
correct.
have pine cones. I don't mind losing them.
Let's not feed it.
Let's not anger.
I want to
it.
know what it is.
I don't.
I do too.
God fucking damn it.
I tried to sit on my hands.
It's
Look
very
at the
alluring.
tonight,
It's
I'm
a very
gonna
pretty
touch
light.
it.
It's like golden yellow. It's like a warm yellow.
Hey, hot hands. We're gonna ignore it just for now, okay? And I'm
Alright.
trying real hard because all I
What's
want to do
that-
is throw something in
What's
there.
that black thing moving across it? And there's
What?
like
No.
another black sphere moving across this yellow circle.
How far is the other shore?
It's about halfway.
Ah!
Yeah, that's an eye that's looking at you right now.
Okay.
Lumber, faster.
Right, you don't have to tell me twice. And it is huge. And you see coming up of the surface, slowly rising is this. I would say definitely 30 feet across tentacle. It's just rising out of the water. It's an octopus tentacle or a squid's, and it's just waving around a little bit, and then it slowly starts falling towards where your boat is.
Turn.
Yeah,
Hey, hot hand. Okay, maybe now. Maybe now. Like
she just
aim at the tentacle.
tosses this burning ball of pine cone at it, and it just hits the tentacle, which doesn't seem to register first, and then just slithers under the surface again.
Hey, good job.
And the eye closes and opens.
Yeah, that's right. We're dangerous. And we're
How
probably
about
too
we
spicy
not-
to eat.
Piss off the thing that is much larger than the boat we're in.
Yeah, there's some waves on the surface right now.
Oh, everybody,
Oh,
puff up,
no.
puff up, get big.
And,
Amber? You need help picking up the pace or anything? Just say that.
I think we should probably all help out with the rowing. I think there's an extra pair here. He kind of pokes it with his foot.
And Jonah starts like just picking up that extra pair of oars and
The horse is getting a little bit
basically
nervous.
shaking and trying to do it, acting cool but super freaked out.
So you start rowing for as if your life depended on it, and all of a sudden you're on the shore of the beach. You just actually up. You hear the shattering of shells against the bottom of your rowing boat as you kind of crash up on the shore, at least 10 feet before you stop, and you see what looks like a huge dark shadow that was there the entire time, just slithered away underneath the water, and the water is almost greenish blue, like the kind of tropical water you'd see, but it was murky dark everywhere you saw it.
Can I take one of my barnacles?
Yeah.
I take it off
Yeah.
and I chuck it.
Oh yeah, you can. It. Something grabs it and it disappears.
Yes! Good job!
Yeah, that was.
Can you
that
get
was
to
cool.
say thank you?
As soon as the boat stops, Jonas is just gonna drop everything and run up to the shore to have dry land under his
Why
feet.
is
And
you
just
running? I was just making friends.
great,
And
great.
Nova absolutely followed, like
Yeah.
about a
Okay.
tentacle's length away from the shore.
Yeah.
She stops.
You start heading up the shore. There's actually a path leading up. So, what you're seeing right now is that you are at the base of this cliff that is actually extending further inland. You're at right beneath this castle. It is. None of you are experts in archaeology, of course, and I don't believe any of you have traveled much in Europe. Maybe Lars did during his time in the war, but this is what you would possibly consider a late medieval kind of castle, like spires, walled courtyards, windows, tall windows with painted glass in them. It's starting to become evening right now, and you're seeing this vast moon slowly rising on the horizon, and it is slightly orange in its tint. And this castle is, of course, you have to walk up this very narrow path, which has, honestly, it has some bars put in there to protect you from falling, but it also looks like it could collapse at any moment, this walkway. And the castle is on this cliffside. I guess it kind of extends out from the mainland, and you can see that the ocean has eroded parts of the thing that it's standing on. So the water is at some parts almost completely underneath the castle. It's standing very precariously on this cliff, and it is almost impossibly large. Some of you saw castles when you were in Arcadia. This castle, while certainly not quite as big as that one, is at least 100 times more imposing. It is made out of a white, chalky white brickwork, very similar in color to the beach you're on right now, the Shell Beach, and the roofs, the tiles are all pitch black.
Jonas is just gonna turn to the others and like, okay, I'm just gonna let you know, I'm about like this close to freaking out because we're walking into their realm again, led here by a character not known for maybe his pristine trustworthiness, and just our recommendations were basically try to survive a couple of hours. So I'm just letting you know, maybe when we get in it will get better, but I'm about to lose my shit over here, honestly.
Nova's actually gonna walk up and she's gonna take one of Jonas's hands. Okay, so I'm pretty close to freaking out too. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna like work real hard together, okay? And we'll just go step by step. Like we'll find the path, right? I think that's the first thing. We'll do it one thing at a time. Instead of looking at all the horrors, we'll do one horror at a time.
Yeah.
Look at it this way. Maybe we can find out something that will help us. we've never been invited and then had a choice to leave before. Some of us maybe have even repressed our time when being with her. But maybe we can find out here, like maybe we can use this opportunity.
I like that. I like that.
And maybe, just maybe, we'll gain an ally.
Certainly.
Oh, and they might have those appetizers that are like little meatballs on like toothpicks or canapes. Maybe we get some fancy food out of this.
Horse dovers.
And fancy food. Yep.
Yeah, horse
All right.
dovers.
Yeah, high hands.
Maybe
High five.
we can be like, you know, we can say, hey, so we're new to dinner parties, but we're really eager to learn. So you should totally tell us what we shouldn't do and what's the worst thing we can do. And maybe he'll be like, oh yeah, you know, this would make me, I don't know, sleep for 1,000 years, so don't do it. And we're like,
I like
he'd
this.
tell us
Having
that-
a plan.
You think he'd tell us something that would make him sleep for 1,000 years?
Yeah, no. What if
maybe if he likes us.
What if you know who is at this dinner party?
Yeah.
I guess we find out
Voldemort?
then.
I think that actually means that we can leave because it's like we're not. Oh God! Well, what happens now? I'm freaking out.
Okay.
I did not think of that.
We didn't consider the ramifications.
Well, this has been a good pep
That we
talk.
should just change the name of this show to "We Didn't Consider the Ramifications."
Littlebrook. We didn't.
No.
Didn't think of that.
We're just going to be real quiet and not say anything unless we have to, and put on our best fake smiles and follow this path.
Yeah.
One step
Yep.
in front of the other until we're done one way or another.
Okay.
I like having a plan. I like having a
Yeah.
plan.
I'm right behind you guys.
Flicker is trying to climb up on the horse. It's not going super well.
Hey,
She,
no,
I'll give
no.
Flicker a
cannot
boost.
reach up to its shoulders.
I'll just
Lumber.
Huh.
Can you help her, please?
Oh no, you can't ride an accessory. You wear it.
What?
Yeah, so just like put your hand like it's a
What?
bracelet or something.
Nova, do you think you can wear a horse?
If you try hard enough.
She can.
You guys are all giving up. Let's do this.
No, Nova gets boosted up. Sorry, Flicker gets boosted up. She's
Ah!
like, all right, so I immediately regret this decision, but
I mean, here's the thing: dress and horse. Like, does the horse have a saddle? At
yeah,
least?
she's sitting.
Because otherwise it's gonna be painful.
She's sitting
Side
side saddle,
Like a lady.
like a lady.
Okay, sideways. Okay, good.
She kind of looks down because the horse is walking right next to this path, and she's like, "All right, I got this. Can someone hold my hand on the other side?"
I can hold the reins if you want.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah,
How
but
good
I
am
you
I
should do
with
it, Ty.
animals?
because I kind of worried I'm gonna slip off and fall down to my death.
I'm pretty short, but I
you
can
probably
try.
won't die.
You're not helping. We can do this. Okay.
All right,
Don't
okay,
faint. I'll
okay.
support you verbally.
Thank you, Avon.
Yeah, hot hands. Yeah, see? See, some of us have got this.
Yeah,
Now I'm feeling confident.
my name was
Avon, you
Hothead,
should-
right?
You know what? Like we'll call you Double H.
Double H. I love it.
Or just
So you slowly make your way up to the main entrance, actually, because this is a side path, and you have the whole drawbridge. You're coming up next to the drawbridge, and you're seeing two guards with lances standing outside. They're very dissimilar from the guards you saw at the market. These two guards are they're wearing very, very polished onyx black and red armor. You don't see any facial features of them. Very knight-like in a sense. As you look closer, you see that they actually have only 3 fingers on each hand, mailed gloves, and they're holding lances. And their bodies are kind of almost their armor, in a sense, is not shaped like a torso, but rather like a bulbous, almost kind of a circlish, round sort of armor. A very strange design. and they have 2 prongs that kind of go out from the armor, like ram horns almost, going back, and just black visors. You can not even see the glint of their eyes inside. And they're standing, they cross their halberds as soon as you approach.
Gonna lie, that's mildly concerning.
Who has the invitations?
I got it.
They hold out their hand, but don't say anything.
I'll show him the invitation. I'll give him the invitation.
They hold it up, look at it. It bursts into flame and disappears, and they open up their halberds, allowing you to enter into the courtyard.
Yeah.
Lars will give a little bow and kind of push, click, before they change their mind.
Stu, is the horse entering with us?
Yeah,
Why don't we don't-
yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a horse.
Double H is sitting on the horse, looking a lot more comfortable now that there's no longer a risk of falling to her immediate death. So the drawbridge is kind of old looking, but it's all very well kept. But as you enter the courtyard, you see it almost looks as if there's been some kind of assault on this keep. There are holes in the ground. This courtyard seems to have been almost laid with stones, like bricks almost. But there's deep gashes in the ground as if there's been explosions or a lot of soil has been removed long ago. So it's very uneven, but there is a little walkway that you can follow up to the double doors. These very heavy looking oaken doors that are 20 feet tall. They're open at the moment, and inside you see this magnificent hall, lit candles, chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. There are tall stained glass windows with everything depictions of soldiers heading to war. They're all looking very similar to the guards at the entrance. There is depictions of what looks almost like saint-like people in prayer, or there's scenes of graphic torture. There's all kinds of different imagery, and you have this magnificent marble staircase leading up, splitting off into 2 and going upwards and then reconnecting on the upper floor. There's so many doors, and you actually see someone hunched on their knees, scrubbing the floor, dressed in a servant's outfit. Looks, it's hard to tell, 1600s, 1700s maybe. Their face kind of covered with or you can't see their face because they have this little what's it called, if you recall the old Puritan, almost like the
Little bonnet.
Yeah, like a little bonnet. Thank you, that's the word. And they're scrubbing very much at the floor. It's something that there's an open little area where the rug has been removed. All the rugs are crimson red or blood red, like deep dark red. And you also notice that the candles are emitting an almost reddish tint in their glow. So everything has this kind of vaguely red tint to it.
Remember, don't stray from the path.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the path here.
You're approached by a man walking down the stairs. He is how to describe it? He's loose. He has no definition to any of his features. And as he moves, he's almost kind of sliding down. And it takes a while for you to realize that suddenly this man doesn't have any legs at all. Like, he's wearing a servant's outfit, again from the 1700s. But he doesn't have shoes. He has the knee socks. But everything is just kind of connected like into one stump that's extending behind him. And he has this kind of pinkish hue. And his features are just barely there. And he doesn't have any arms either. And he's kind of slithering down these stairs towards you.
So it's a slug.
I would even say worm in a sense. Like he's almost translucent, and he's like slowly moving down. And there's just this gash in his face that opens up. It doesn't have any lips or anything, and his eyes are tiny and beady. And he goes, "Guest for the evening dinner?"
Yes, that would be us.
Very well. Follow me, please.
Is it just me, or is he a giant leech?
Yes.
And as you move, I would like everyone to roll a wits awareness check, please.
Ah, shit.
He just have good hearing because I don't want to insult
Okay.
him. I think his complexion is nice.
Is it
That's 2 successes.
Wits composure?
Oh, it's composure. Sorry. Yes, that's
Right?
the one.
Okay.
one
Ooh.
success?
One success. Anyone rolling 3 or more?
No, 2.
No. You hear, those of you who rolled 2 successes, you hear the sound of multiple scrubbings going on, but you can't quite tell where the source is. Like there's more than one person in this room. And you're led up the stairs again. And as he turns around to walk ahead of you, you realize that, yeah, this is definitely a worm with human features rather than a human with worm-like features. It's barely recognizable as human. It's the clothes that kind of give it away that he looks like a human, but if you took away the clothes, you would be like a giant earthworm.
Would we suspect, or would Jonas suspect that he might be a changeling?
You could certainly suspect that, yes.
Okay.
Yes. He leads you into a door, and you're finding yourself in this corridor that is, once again, has the same blood red, but lined with golden threads at the edges, rug or mat that's going through this corridor. And you're walking past paintings and vases and all kinds of riches. The walls are a black, grayish marble. So it's extremely dark in here. The candles do their best to light up the way, but it just feels like you're walking inside of a tomb. And the doors are in ebony. So they're black wood, essentially. With polished dark red handles, doorknobs, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And you're led through this tunnel slowly. You pass a door, and you hear what you are quite certain to be quiet sobbings from several people inside. You pass another door, and there is a creaking noise of a rope. Very loud, very clear. And the worm-like servant goes, "Pay no attention to what's behind the doors, lest you wish to spend the evening here."
Yeah, I'm gonna pay no attention.
Good. Good.
They were crying.
Flicker, by the way, I neglected to mention, but the horse was escorted to a stable by one of the guards as you arrived. You're not bringing the horse with you inside. Flicker protested a little bit, but relented quickly with looks from you. And finally you come up to another set of doors. And the manservant goes, worm servant, I guess you could call him, goes, "Main course will be served in 34 minutes. The Lord will join you by then, but feel free to socialize with the rest of the guests." And he slithers away from you after opening the door. And inside you find this massive ballroom The ceiling is so tall that you can barely even see the chandeliers that are supposed to be lighting up this room. Heavy curtains and drapes are almost covering the windows. You can see the moon rising outside through one of the windows, actually right in front of you at the end of the hall. There's this massive window overlooking the ocean or the lake, and you see the moon, which is now almost blood red, much larger than the moon you would see on Earth. And there's a long dining table with glasses, of course, and everything put out, like dishes and plates and everything you would need. And you see the patrons or the guests, and they have a few things in common. None of them are wearing clothes that they should be wearing because they're all skinny, gaunt, sharp faces, mandibles, large, multifaceted eyes, antenna sprouting. There's a buzzing and humming from the crowd as they're talking with each other. Someone's wings flutter very excitedly. They're translucent. There is a very exciting conversation, almost like a fight going on between what looks to be a bee, lady bee, and two hornets who are kind of measuring up against her, and they all kind of look over at you when you enter, and the buzzing stops for a second.
Nova's got a little itch in her shoulders, like she's trying not to like flutter things she doesn't have anymore. She's very feeling like she should be maybe like not touching the ground right now, and she's trying to keep that together.
Yeah. And as soon as you say hi, they just turn back to each other and keep conversing in whatever language it is that they're speaking. You see a small band of locusts playing instruments by a corner. Violins and fiddles and big, what are they called? Standing bass.
The cello?
The cello, thank you.
Or a bass, yeah.
The cello. It's a very somber tune that they're playing. It is kind of shrieky almost. It really gets into your bones as you're listening to it. And you see a few maids walking around, dressed almost the same as the one who was cleaning the floor, but a little bit more fancy. And you realize they all have 6 arms carrying trays with little hors d'oeuvres on them that they're offering in glasses to drink. And they come up to you, and they all have varying states of insect-like features. One of them, a young woman, maybe in her early or late teens even. She has 8 eyes that blink in uneven rhythm as she smiles at you. May I offer you something to drink?
What is there to drink? This is a question out of character. Yeah. Like, if you look at the tray, what's on it?
Can we tell what it is?
The drinks are... they're in a deep red hue.
Of course.
I
take a glass, I guess. Thank you.
Of course. She offers up a plate of hors d'oeuvres, how you pronounce that, and writhing maggots, pieces of insects.
Oh, thank you. I'm good.
Of course. Just raise your hand if you require something more. She offers the plates to the rest of you.
I'm all right as well. I'm not hungry.
Nova will take one, just kind of holding their hand, but she keeps just looking around. She's super distracted. She's just looking to see if there's anything butterfly-y around.
Surprisingly not a single one.
All right, she seems a little more calm then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see a beautifully dressed woman with long flowing hair sink her proboscis into the glass and just suck up the blood from it that she was drinking from. And she looks your way, and she has these huge black multifaceted eyes. And you notice as well that as you all decline these meals, some of the guests kind of give you a look, talking a little bit quieter with each other. The buzzing continues.
I think we were supposed to take some with us.
Oh yeah, he said something about eat whatever they gave you.
Also, that you're not hungry. Don't say that.
Oh yeah.
Here, try the. No, I should probably try.
Yeah, I'll have a drink. I say, and just like.
Yeah, that stains.
Oh no, I've been cut.
Nova will pretend to eat some worm.
Do you say out loud that you be cut? Sorry, Nova. Do you say?
Oh,
out
no,
loud?
that's
No,
okay,
I do
that's-
not.
All right.
I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't expect this. Ah, fuck. I'm just gonna like readjust my jacket so it covers the stain.
All right. Nova. Sorry.
Jonas is
Oh.
basically hiding behind Silas. Like,
Silas is like, when in Rome, and he just takes a little bug.
perfect. I can hide next to him.
It's not the best I've had, but I'll try this one. Huh. That's pretty good. He kind of takes...
Save some room for dinner.
there's plenty of room in here. Rubs his belly.
So Lars will take a glass, but he won't drink it. He'll just carry it around.
I like polite people. Yeah, Noah, you tried to eat the maggots, you said?
Well, here's the thing. She was going to kind of like smush it up and try to, but like she's watching Silas eat it, and she's like doing some like mental like, okay, and then she's gonna take a little tiny bite.
Okay. It is not the worst thing you've had. The wriggling definitely puts you off a little bit, but it stops wriggling.
Okay, so then she's just going to spend a lot of time slowly working her way very politely through this thing wriggling in her fingers.
Yeah, you all essentially spend your time awkwardly until
I have a question, by the way.
Sure.
I tried to taste the drink.
Yeah, it's blood.
Okay, I spend the rest of my time trying to just freeze it and freeze it in my glass subtly. So
this is the worst hangover food ever.
Yeah, it's not great. One problem with blood is that when it gets cold, it kind of coagulates and dries, and soon enough, you can't really unfreeze it anymore. It's just kind of thick and gross.
at that point, I figure, excuse me, I need another one, please.
Oh yes, of course.
Sorry.
Yes.
Ice and stuff. It happens. Thank you.
The young maid kind of looks at your thing. So, can I offer you something else?
No. I got caught up in the conversation and it happened. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. You're very sweet.
Thank you. She curtsies and kind of scurries away and.
I turn to the others. It's definitely blood.
Yeah, it tastes horrible. Silas says as he's like sipping it. He's still sipping it though.
Maybe we should ask around about other worlds other than the material realm, the Arcadia and the Hedge. That's probably something we should do. We could get information here.
We'll follow your lead.
That's never a good idea, but okay.
You can do it. It's gonna be okay.
I'll go up to the friendliest looking creepy insect in the club, in the party, and I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, who would that be?
The friendliest looking insect. I don't know, something without a large proboscis that could skewer me.
Yeah, I guess the bee. She kind of looks a little bit relieved when you approach, and the hornets kind of give you a side eye. Like we're in the middle of a conversation here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's having all that great of a time. So,
Oh, I've been waiting for you. The bee kind of just hooks arms with you and hurries away, waves off to the hornets. Thank you so much for that out.
Yeah, no problem. Looking for a friendly face around here. It seems that you're the only one.
She gives you a look. Well, define friendly, I would say, as a storyteller, because it's definitely not a human face.
Yeah, I mean, like, she doesn't look actively dangerous.
That's true. She does not. I mean, again, define actively dangerous. She's got a huge stinger. But
I like bees. Bees are nice.
Bees are nice.
They pollinate flowers. They're good in my book.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, you must introduce me to your friends.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I'll give them the fake names,
Which are
oh shit. We got Hot Hands. We've got Ice. I'm Phil. We've got Lumber. We have
Lumber.
Faceless. And he's Dave. I'll call him Dave.
Dave. And so it begins. And
Michael Dave, yeah.
Michael Dave. Making it even more complicated. Michael Dave. And the last one?
Hi, I'm Avon.
Hi, Avon. It's a pleasure to meet you. She
has
has this.
Thank you.
She's wearing a dress that's obviously very similar in style to how a honeybee looks. So it's yellow and black and kind of fuzzy, and she has this kind of mane of hair. It's very neatly made, and she has. I guess as far as an insect person goes, she doesn't look horrible. Just an eerie, kind of cute if you're into that, but definitely not human.
Big asterisk if you're into that.
I wasn't gonna say anything actually.
Bees are cute. Bees are cute. Not when they're 6 feet tall, but yeah.
Is she 6 feet tall?
Yeah, she's 6 feet tall. Like Nate is.
Oh.
Yeah. Nate, how
I'm
tall are you?
smaller than her.
Yeah, you're smaller. She's very regal looking. Very slender arm that's hooked into yours. Almost, you're worried you would break her arm because it's like a stick, but it's very strong. Like she almost dragged you over towards the others.
Okay. So, where are you from?
What's your name, if I may ask?
You can call me Eliza, and I am from the neighboring kingdom of Porthome. I'm actually not. I was advised not to go here. Our two kingdoms have been at war for quite some time, but I feel like since I just ascended to queen of my domain, it would only be suitable that I show myself the social niceties. You know how it is.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess.
What brings the 7 of you here, if you don't mind me asking?
Covering for a friend.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, that's admirable of you. I hope you will find the evening entertaining.
I hope to find it informative.
Can you believe he seated me next to a hornet? The nerve.
Yeah, sounds like you did it on purpose.
Yes, he would. The Duke is... Well, he's certainly not the most subtle of insulters. He's acting way above his station, if you ask me. Honestly, I think we should just invade the lands and be done with it, but my mother promised a peace lasting for a fortnight, and it's been 13 days so far, so still got to keep up a pretty face.
So if you were to try to kill this guy, would you do that by when invading?
I beg your pardon?
Don't worry, we don't have any attachment to him. We've got another problem. How would you go about that?
How is everyone reacting to Nate just cutting the chase?
It's more like as queen. He means as queen. You know, you have your strategies, you have your ways. Also, that are very specific for your kingdom. We're interested about your culture and about this war. We haven't heard about it, so
She
that's where he's coming from. Sorry if that.
the buzzing that was starting to develop kind of simmers down a little bit. She looks very peeved, and she's like, "I understand that you're probably not familiar with these courts and how we do things.
Not in the least bit.
I will oversee your question for now, but I would appreciate if you didn't ask me such boorish things." And she's interrupted by a clap from the same, from actually not the same, from a man who looks like he has this red coat with black dots on it, and he's almost perfectly spherical. Not coat, but like waistcoat almost. And he says, "Presenting the Duke of Sanguine." And there is a fanfare as this cloud, this dark cloud, just kind of flies in from everywhere and smothers you. There are gnats and mosquitoes and all kinds of different insects like zooming around you, and slowly it just manifests into the edge of the table, the end of the table, and you see the floor, things slither across it like leeches and snails and vermin of all kinds, and a voice fills the halls, and it says, "My friends, it is time for supper." And I do believe that's where we will end tonight's session.
I just want to do a quick scan, if that's okay. Like, all these insect people, do they seem to be changelings as well?
Why don't you roll a kenning to see if you can figure that out?
What was that again?
Good question. I believe, actually, I'm supposed to
roll.
roll
I can do it next time.
Yes, we will roll for it next time.
Yeah.
They could be.
Yeah.
I have one more thing. As soon as that whole thing happens, Tide kind of like slips between the bee and Nate, like, ahem.
Yes, and you join in the
The
applause.
session doesn't sit.
Well, you're not sitting yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, but if you want to steal the Hornets' seats, then we'll do that next time. Thank you, everyone, for playing today. I hope we can pick this dinner party up next week. And let's see if you can keep to your secret identities.
That would be a first.
Yeah, feeling confident.
Yeah. Haven't messed up so far. It's been half an hour. That's got to be some kind of record.
That is a record.
That is a record, yes.
Woo!
Thank you, everyone.
I'm so proud of us, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if a week can loosen your lips up a little bit. Until next time, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Take care of each other, and wash your hands. I think hydrate. Wash your hands. Don't tempt fate. Just keep at home as much as you can, and we love you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching, everybody.